When a boss goes undercover and their employees have no idea they are there, things tend to get heated. Just like this time when Mitchell B. Modell, the owner and CEO of Modell Sporting Goods. This dude went all undercover as Joey Click, an ex-pizza shop owner grinding his way back up the game after shutting his old gig down. Modell was all in on this gig, and he went so far as to shave his head to completely change his appearance. As Click, his first job was in New Milford, Connecticut as a trainee assistant manager.
A former pizza store owner that closed up 6 months ago.
Man, this store was a real mess, facing some serious trouble. Once Modell enters the store, he's greeted by James, the current assistant manager, and the two of them get to work immediately, from folding the clothes to getting the merchandise on the mannequins. Modell couldn't help but wonder why the store was lagging behind the others.
How you doing?
But I still need to find out why the store has been struggling with sales.
Soon, Modell starts to question James on things that were going wrong at the store, and this is when he finally gets a proper answer. Turns out, this store ain't getting any of the fancy high-end sneakers they promised, and that's why so many customers are straight up bouncing out of there. You see, James did his part, called the helpline and told them about the low stock situation. But guess what? No response, no action taken, nothing. Can you believe that?
We have a help desk. It's called the call center. We've called the call center. We just don't get it.
So not long after that, James started getting a little skeptical about Modell, and the dude has to spill the beans, man. Then they have a real heart-to-heart chat, and Modell totally gets what's messing up the store, you know?
Why treat the Connecticut stores or the New England stores like the redheaded stepchild? Why don't you give us the stuff that's on 42nd Street?
Modell, immediately after leaving the store, makes a call to his chief operating officer. This is when things start to get heated. A frustrated Modell questions his COO as to why there weren't any stocks coming into this particular store and gives him a piece of his mind. Modell then tells his COO to quickly resolve the issue before things get out of hand, and Modell himself took action to change things.
I am so frustrated. I mean, I gotta find out, adult football pants, we're in the heart of the season, and they don't have a pair. How do they not have goods?
This sure would have gotten out of hand if it weren't for Modell going undercover and intervening on time. This episode is slightly different from the remaining ones since the owner and CEO himself did not go undercover, but instead sent his chief operating officer, who also happens to be his daughter.
My eldest daughter, Tina, is a chief operating officer of the company.
Tina Chu, the COO at Mandarin Restaurants, goes undercover as Jenny, who is on a reality show as a trainee. For her third job, Jenny heads to Oshawa, Ontario to work alongside one of the chefs. This was the most important part of the restaurant since the food determined everything.
Today I'm going to our offshore restaurant to work with one of our chefs in the kitchen.
Jenny starts her work with one of the chefs, Stone, and right off the bat, Jenny doesn't have a proper hang of her cooking skills. This is seen when Stone demonstrates how to cut the vegetables and Jenny manages to cut her finger. You can see the disappointment in Stone's face.
Whoops.
Did you cut your finger?
Yes.
So they move on to the next step, which is the wontons. Stone thinks it's a piece of cake, so he throws a challenge at Jenny. Wrap 50 wontons in just 5 minutes. That's no easy task, but Stone's cool with letting Jenny do it her way. No time to waste though, cause Stone's already on to the next dish, the soft noodles. And that's when things start to heat up.
And she's short on the strings. She's not able to stir fry the rice.
After Stone shows off, Jenny steps up to the plate, but man, cooking with a wok ain't no walk in the park, and she straight up bombs it. She even manages to set the darn thing on fire. Yikes. Stone starts to lose his patience with her and isn't too thrilled about it, but he finally gives in and decides to teach her one of their signature dishes, the Mongolian beef. But when she serves it up, Stone tastes her creation, and let's just say, it ain't exactly a taste sensation if you catch my drift.
I can't give this to a customer seriously.
You saw that right. He literally spits it out and tells Jenny that her cooking was inedible. The dish was so bad that Stone had to put Jenny's work on hold and continue his work. Otherwise, he would just be looking after her. Talk about being the owner and getting fired. Things sure got heated in this kitchen. Yet again, in this episode, the CEO is not the one to go undercover, but instead the Chief Talent Officer, Lynn Zappone, is the one to go undercover. At the time of the episode, Zappone was fairly new to the company, and her job encompassed hiring the employees as well, which made her the perfect candidate to go unnoticed.
Pam, you like it?
Yeah,
I do.
While undercover, Zappone would transform into Pam Hawkins, who is a shift supervisor. Her first job was to work in the kitchen in their New Orleans, Los Angeles branch. She's greeted by the manager of the store and is paired with Aaron, one of the prep cooks. Aaron teaches Hawkins how to get the chicken battered, and this is when Aaron realizes that Hawkins didn't really have any real experience. His reaction to this is just priceless.
Oh, I forgot. What, girl, you forgot just that fast? I be what dang.
Oh man, Aaron starts ranting about how he ain't vibing with the corporate world. You know, the ones pulling the strings for those chains. He's all vocal, dissing his bosses who strut around in their fancy suits, acting all high and mighty. But guess what? Little did he realize he's shooting off his mouth right in front of one of those suit-wearing big shots. Talk about awkwardness.
Just complete and total, but no reason. Like, what are you mad about?
Things become even more heated once the service starts. Aaron starts to get slightly impatient with how slow Hawkins is, but somehow manages to train her. Meanwhile, an elderly customer walks in for a huge order, and when the manager pushes for speed, Aaron just blows his top and gives the manager an earful. This wasn't the way the employees were supposed to act while customers were present.
I'm talking to you. Can you come back here? I need dipping. I need dipping. You just heard me call that. Chill out.
After this, Aaron just goes off on the manager, clear enough for the customers to hear him. Despite seeing this blatantly shoddy act, Hawkins keeps it together so as to not blow her cover. Aaron continues his rant loudly until Hawkins exits the restaurant. Luckily for Aaron, Hawkins doesn't take his reaction negatively, and instead offers to give him better training and a pay raise for his enthusiasm. Phew, that was indeed a close call for Aaron. Last but not least, we have the owner and CEO of Twin Peaks, Randy Dewitt, going undercover at his restaurant to figure out what exactly needed improvement.
Of course, is brought to you by a very attractive Twin Peaks girl.
Dewitt decided to rock the disguise of Eric West, a hustling entrepreneur trying to break into the restaurant scene. He lands his first gig in Webster, Texas, serving tables like a boss. And guess what? He meets Marissa, one of the servers. At first, Dewitt thinks she's cool, but then he notices she's got a major problem. Her mouth's as foul as can be, and that ain't sitting right with him.
Shut the I tried barbecuing the other day. Got so bad.
After spending the day with Marissa, Dewitt realizes that she not only swears amongst the employees, but also with the customers. This is when he gets to know that her attitude was also a byproduct of the behavior of the customers. There seemed to be a lot of complaints from the employees about vulgar customers, and this bothered Dewitt a lot. What he did next will blow your mind.
Whoa! How'd that turn out? Is that really you? It's me. Oh my God.
Yes, he called in the perfect person for this venture. Brooks changed his looks and headed out to Dewitt's second job at Frisco, Texas. Brooks was coming in as a customer to see how well one of the female employees would handle a vulgar customer. Brooks takes his seat and starts to do his job as an annoying customer. He pushes Dewitt's trainer bartender Chloe a lot, but initially, Chloe just brushes it off as just another customer. But soon, Brooks starts to push Chloe's buttons.
I've had 3 blonde ex-wives. Can I get a brunette to wait on me?
Brooks then takes his performance to another level by even telling Chloe that she was too blonde to serve him. Chloe was getting ticked off by the minute, and Brooks just didn't back off. This finally pissed off Chloe, and she called in the manager of the place, Dave, who took action and decided that it was time for Brooks to leave.
The way I feel is right now. Can I finish my beer?
No, I think you need
I'll take that beer off.
This was one of the most heated moments on the show, but Dewitt was quite happy with how things had turned out since this meant that his system worked and was being played in action. Did you like this video? Do you want to watch more? Then subscribe to our channel to see more and leave a like down below to support our channel and keep watching more.